Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 10th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm, and exactly how both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are really going to handle everything moving forward when it comes to these new Star Wars movies, these new Star Wars TV shows, these new books, comics, novels, and you name it. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are now in a position of desperation in order to really get the ball rolling again when it comes to Star Wars. Exactly what they want to do is they want to bring it on the same exact level as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that really is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of time and effort to get that done correctly. Now, one man that a lot of people really look up to when it comes to Star Wars is no other than Dave Filoni, and of course, on a side note here, Jon Favreau. Let's look at Jon Favreau. Now, that's not to say that Dave Filoni, is less than anything. I think that he's great at Star Wars. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. But Jon Favreau, given that he is newer over at Lucasfilm, Dave Filoni's been around for a very long time with the Clone Wars and the Star Wars Rebels. Favreau, I believe, did an amazing job by introducing to us a different format of Star Wars to begin with. A live-action Star Wars TV series. The very first live-action TV show of the actual Star Wars universe is what was created by Jon Favreau. So he really introduced us a new format of Star Wars for the very first time. And he's going to continue doing that with The Mandalorian Season 2 and Season 3, and working on all the other TV shows, having creative power over all of that. Now, what's really exciting all has to do with the many and major fixes that he's actually engaged with over at Lucasfilm, alongside with Dave Filoni, George Lucas, and others. So now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with the Skywalker saga, they are mainly focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are hard at work on developing a better and brighter future for the Star Wars franchise, in order to reunite the Star Wars fans around the world. Now, it's noted that creators Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have recently been making many changes to the Star Wars franchise behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm, where Jon Favreau recently made a major change to the character of Rey Skywalker and plans to reset the character for the new universe. It's described that Jon Favreau is working with Lucas and others to work on a strategy to make Rey a literal Skywalker in a sense, where Favreau's plan is to change the true meaning of the title of Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. It's described that in the new canon, Favreau is set to establish that Ben Solo's spirit became one with Rey's body at the end of the film, that would turn her into a new Skywalker in the movie, and in a new post-Episode 9 timeline that will be explored in the coming years by Lucasfilm in the form of live action, animation, and books. Not just that, but Favreau will also be handling the children of Rey Skywalker, actually holding a connection to both Rey and Ben Solo, since they are now one and Rey is a true Skywalker at the very end of the movie. This is Favreau's way of fixing Rey Skywalker in a sense, in order to make things better for the film, and why she calls herself Rey Skywalker at the end of Episode 9. So this is a very interesting take by Favreau, and I'm not quite sure if a lot of people out there will agree, but this almost seems like Favreau's way of kind of steering away from the romance between, Rey and Ben Solo being two Skywalkers, and how that would be very weird. Obviously, it would be very weird. And now he's doing it in a smarter way, where they're going to become one person, essentially, where she basically has that Skywalker spirit. She's got the Skywalker, DNA, or whatever it may be. Once she fuses with Ben Solo and his spirit becomes a part of her, she is now an actual Skywalker at heart. And that's a very interesting take by Favreau, because though Ben Solo is a part of Rey, he's not actually, separated. He's not actually there, per se. But they are going to explore that side of Ben Solo as well, giving us different forms of Ben Solo in this new Star Wars timeline. It's going to be a post-Episode 9 era that will be a part of the Rise of Skywalker sequel series, that will be in animated form and other books, comics, and novels, you name it. Now, what's really intriguing about this is that Favreau is actually also going to be handling the children of Rey Skywalker, which we've gone over before in the past. They are actually dubbed as Zane and Kira Skywalker. They're both modeled appearance-wise off of Cade Skywalker and Jaina Solo from Star Wars Legends, which was also approved by George Lucas. So this really is a very interesting take for Star Wars, to go on. I honestly cannot wait for 2021, 2022. Those are going to be the big 2 years where this new expanded universe is really going to spike. We're going to see a lot of books, TV shows, movies, obviously. A lot of these things are going to be coming out later, in the next couple of years or so, where it's really going to set everything up. So, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.